捧げます。私
行きますよ。やあ。
楽しい。お任せください。はい。ジャンプ。よし。決めます。
それ。
決めます。させないわ。はい。せーの。はい。失礼いたします。
と
楽しいな。もう。見てた？
フェス。またフィオナに向けちゃった。
しょげてる場合じゃないわ。もっと練習しないと。あの子には絶対に負けないんだから。気になる？お待たせ、ハニー。似合ってるかしら？ふふ。
Hello, welcome to another review video. This is of a paid suit for once. I got this suit back in January when she first came out. Actually, it might have been at the end of December last year. Whatever the day that her new girl Gashka started, and that's exactly when I got it. I got it on the first 10 pull, which was pretty cool. But useless details aside, let's talk about what we came here for. The suit, the SSR suit. It is known as Fierte Midi. It's spelled Fiertemidi. This is a suit for Lobelia. It only came out for Lobelia because it's her debut outfit, Star Gotchka in other words. So, we came to talk about it. So, this is the stats at the suit at level 90, also at a full skill awaken. It's going to be the power rating of 3696. Tech rating of 4384, stamina rating of 5062 with an APO of 200. So as I'm reading these stats, this is a stamina based suit, which it is, with a tech advantage. So in other words, you have more tech than you have power. And with the stamina advantage in the first place, of it being a stamina suit, you can use more skills without wasting as much stamina. And since it's a stamina stat, it also means that you retain stats longer in a match even when you're at 0 stamina. So the stamina stat has two different main uses. You have more stamina to burn and your stats stay more efficiently constant versus immediately just going from sky high to immediately to rock bottom once you hit 0. So that's why the stamina stat is important. Well, let's get to what the suit has to offer. It has a skill at max skill awakened, 50% chance when attacking, technique plus 45%. So that is double reverse attack Fent D. The Fent D means you have a higher chance of it activating, and also you have a lower amount of stat increase. The higher the grade, the worse the chance, but better the boost is going to be. So I believe with a double reverse attack Fent A, that's going to be like probably like a 30 or 40% chance of activation with like a 60% boost in technique, probably. But moving on, we have advanced strategy D, which is 50% when attacking, max skill awakened. Opponent's technique will be reduced by 45%. So that means you don't need as much technique to defeat your opponent. Only very small handful of situations that will be useful, but that's what it is. It has a potential skill of stamina consumption minus 10, which is called stamina from within 4. So when you max this skill out, I believe it's like a 24% stamina consumption reduction. So that's 24% less stamina you're using when it activates, which is all the time because it's a potential. And that will be the stats of the suit. And now we'll get to the visuals of the suit, which is more of my expertise in this situation, because that's what I mainly play this game for, is the looks. Alright, so I would like to point out first that the crown is not a part of the suit, so pay that no attention. The earrings, I believe, came with the suit, but let's get back to the actual visual of the suit itself. This is the suit from the side, and this is the suit from the front. As you can see, it's mostly stellar. There's actually shoes he's wearing as well. It's pretty cool when the girls actually have shoes on their feet. It seems like the bow textures is not the greatest when you're zoomed in all close and personal with Lobelia. But that's just the way it is for a paid suit. The textures on the back of the skirt, which in general most skirts and dresses, the part that actually is away from their legs, it tends to not look as good. But we do have like a little chain here. Looks pretty good. I probably should have put her in a pose, so I'll probably do that in a second. Rundown of the suit. And this is what the suit looks when it's unfunctioned. I will show Will it's unfunctioned in a minute. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent suit for her debut suit. She's not the thickest girl, so you technically don't really need the boobies to be shown as much. So overall, it's pretty good. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put her in a pose, so I don't have to worry about her shaking side to side, moving side to side and everything. Like, aside from the textures of the bow and the textures, some of the textures on the graphics on the back of the suit at the bottom, it doesn't seem too bad. I've seen way worse. Oh god, have I seen worse. I'll go with something basic. Maybe we'll go with this. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. So let's look at the malfunction, shall we? I have the Fan of Darkness, which basically means you can press M or click on this to get to the black fan, and then just push it to the side to awaken or malfunction the suit. So it's a cool little trick. You can create some great screenshots. Photo contest, anyone? Anyways, this is the suit when it's awakened. Up close and personal as usual. As you can see, there's like some undone parts of the clothes, some ripped off part of this part here. I'm not a female clothing expert to know what that is, so as you can hear, I'm a guy. Well, any other words, let's get back to the suit. I noticed with a lot of malfunctions, or pretty much everyone, there's nothing that happened to the shoes. Like, there's never anything that happens to the shoes. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just the observation more of. As you can see, the bottom part of the thing is completely removed. So it's just showing her legs and thighs and the butt, which is pretty cool. The back is completely out on the malfunction due to the fact that the straps have been undone, which is really cool. And that will be the suit here. As far as wet physics go, since there's not really anything that'll go see-through, the only thing you really get is the fact that the suit gets a bit darker for wet effects. Alright, I think she's completely soaked as far as I can get her to be. As you can see, everything looks pretty much the same, except for the bit darker due to the fact that it's actually wet. Which is good enough for the suit. I don't think it's supposed to get see-through. So, that will conclude the review of this. Usually the jiggle physics work, which is good. You only run into that problem like every once a blue moon. Sometimes one specific character of the game. I ran into that issue once with the Holiday SR outfit with Monica. It's so rare. So, anyways, what do I give this suit? I give it an 8 out of 10. I love the look. It looks different from what they usually release as a suit. Especially for a debut suit, this is pretty decent. It's not a generic like rip-off or like, oh, we changed the textures or anything like that. And it fits her style. She's kind of like a high-class type chick, so it kind of fits her in that regard in every step of the way. But if I were to say something, the textures I would love to be done more sharper. That's one of the hits I took away a point for. The other point I took away from was for the fact that it had a offensive defense skill, which is annoying. I don't want to reduce my opponent's score while I'm trying to score. It defeats the purpose because that could be points that I could use for myself to just be better versus making my opponent weak. It could have been, like stamina reduction or something. I would have been happier with that. That's the other point that's been taken away. But other than that, I like the aesthetic. I like the awakened versus normal look. The malfunction versus the non-malfunctioned look. I loved it. And it's not a cheap, like, oh, one strap is undone type of malfunction. It's actually changed quite a bit of everything in the suit. So, yeah, an 8 out of 10. That will conclude this review video.
ネモフィラみたいな青空、ダリアのような太陽。